Hi there, everyone. Today, I would like to talk with you guys about relationships and patterns. And today's topic, I would really like to show you how patterns from your childhood traumas and childhood environments actually shape your relationship to whoever you end up with. And I want to show you this by what happened with me when it came to the relationships that I ended up in. Yes, unfortunately, I ended up in a lot of relationships. And that's because I realized I didn't even know what I wanted. I knew what I didn't want. I didn't want to be in a relationship like my father, relationship that my mom and dad were in, because my mom and my dad had this codependency thing going on. And even though they both worked, there's a lot of things that she took care of that he didn't. And also, yes, my father was very controlling. My father was very angry. And I use the keyword was. I know that he's changed a lot. I know that he's done a lot of work on himself, for himself. And at the time that I ended up moving out on my own, I felt free and alive and invigorated and so, wow, so bold. And I realized how much was there? How much pain was there? And I realized, no, I don't want to be in a painful, restrained relationship with anybody. And because of that, because of the way I felt about the relationship with my parents and the part that was unhealed about me, every time I ended up in a relationship, I felt trapped. I also felt like the relationship that I ended up in with the guy, without realizing it until later on, was that he was a lot like my father. A lot like my father. Very manipulative, very controlling, very angry. And I also come to realize that about myself, that I never wanted to be like that myself, but I ended up doing that. I ended up being controlling. I ended up being manipulative. And I've done a lot of work on that. I've done a lot of healing on that. So that, you know, I do encourage, and I do insist on things. But you know what? I also realized if a person is not ready, if a person is not willing, I back off. I don't keep pushing the person until the brink of like whatever, because that's not going to help anything either. Come to realize that a lot. But I realized that with the relationships of the men that I was with, they were very competitive. They were very angry towards women. They were very manipulative. And it's like, because I didn't know what I wanted, I got what not that I deserve, but I got what I was in the environment of growing up. And, when you start to realize that, when you start to realize that about yourself, it's amazing what you can actually release when that happens. It's truly amazing how you can actually take your whole life and shift it around in such a way that it's like, nope, I am not that person. I am not my father. And I am not going to be in a relationship with my father like that in other men because of the fact that I know what I want. And because I know what I want in a relationship for me, what I know that I deserve, then and only then will I be able to find the partner that I know that I deserve. It's also the fact that I felt unworthy. There were a lot of times I felt very unworthy about the relationships and to be in a happy relationship. I felt unworthy to be in a relationship that allowed me to flourish and grow. When I did actually end up in a good relationship with a man that actually loved me, really showed love for me, really cared about me, really wanted to see me grow, I got angry. I got frustrated and I pushed it away. I pushed it away. Wow. Really? I pushed it away so much that I actually lost my late husband, who was one of the best men I've ever been with. And I'm not here to blame myself. I'm not going to blame myself for what happened to him because he made the decision that he made for himself. And he felt the way he felt. Unfortunately, he ended up having a heart attack. And he was alone when he had that heart attack. It was very devastating. It was very devastating when I found out. But you know what? Just because I had it once before doesn't mean I can't have it again. And this time around, I know it'll be so much better, so much more. And I know that it will be delicious. It'll be exciting for me and for him. And the thing about it was also the men that I was with didn't feel worthy to be with me because they weren't in alignment with me. And that was also another thing that happened with my mom and dad. My mom was so beautiful, so amazing. She truly was an angel. Truly was. She showed me what love was, what love is, unconditionally. Even with everything that was going on with her, even everything that was happening with the situation with my dad, she still kept going. She still kept being strong. But my father was not in alignment with my mom. But you know what? It's okay now. Okay. I did a lot of healing with that and I did a lot of forgiveness, but it helped really tremendously to have an understanding of where it was at. So now I get to be my authentic self. I get to be the one who gets to grow and prosper for me. And I get to do the things I want to do in this life because of all my healing that I did. And here's the thing, I love helping people heal too. Because I know what it's like. I know what it's like to be in pain. I know what it's like to hurt. But I've come to realize, I don't have to suffer anymore. I don't have to be in pain. I don't have to struggle. I don't have to do that. Yeah, every once in a while I have a moments of like, oh my gosh, what do I do? What do I do? But you know what? They're a lot shorter now. Oh my gosh, what do I do? What do I do? Okay, let's see. I know I can figure something out. Let's do this. I'm resourceful, and that helps a lot. And I know that everyone out there can be resourceful too. It's just a matter of allowing yourself to slow down. Take the time to realize and be mindful with the way you're feeling. Be mindful in all the things that you are looking at in your life without judgment, without fear, without doubt. It doesn't matter whether you're doing a 9 to 5 job and you got kids and you got a husband or wife, or you got a partner, and you're doing the things you're doing. You're busy, busy, busy. It doesn't matter, because you can always find the time to make it happen for yourself. I was like that. I was busy, 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 busy. You know, and to some degree, I'm busy still, but it's different. It's a different energy. It's a different feeling. I feel more relaxed. I don't feel like I'm stressing out. I got to get to work. I got to go over here. I got to do this. I got to do that. No, I can tell you, doing the things I'm doing, I am a compassion key practitioner. I am a Reiki healer. I also do beadwork, as you can see here. I also help people with different things. I've been actually working on doing cleaning houses for people. So I'm very grateful. I'm very grateful to have the multiple incomes, ways of making money and allowing it to happen, because I'm giving the energy exchange. People are investing in themselves when they give me money. They're investing in themselves. And I am giving them a service. I'm giving all of you a service, because I know what it's like. I know what it feels like. I know what it feels like when you're having resistances. I know what it feels like when you're feeling unworthy of whatever, of a relationship, of money, of a job, of children. Oh, yes. I know what it feels like, because of the story that we keep telling ourselves that hold us back. And because we keep telling ourselves that story, that we don't deserve, that we're unworthy, that there is nothing for me, that there's no changes for me, there's no life for me. What? What kind of life is that? How about changing those words from I deserve love, I deserve happiness, I deserve joy, I deserve peace, and to be able to not just say them, but really truly embody those words in your heart, in your mind, in your soul. Allow yourself to feel the greatness. I know you may not know what it really feels like to have greatness, but what really starts to help that situation is to realize, what are you saying to yourself? How are you treating yourself? Are you treating yourself with love? Are you treating yourself with respect? One of the things that I learned is that when it comes to patience, I wanted people to be patient with me. I wanted people to truly hear me, see me, accept me, acknowledge me. But I truly wasn't taking the time to do that for myself. So how was I expecting other people to do that for me too? Or with me? How was I to expect anybody to really do anything with me when I wasn't doing it for myself? And the reason why is because I was feeling the unworthiness to receive. I was repelling. I was just pushing it all away. That didn't do any good. That didn't make anything happy. And because of all the things that I went through, well, I ended up leaving myself in a state of being gullible. And because of that, because I wasn't paying attention, I ended up in a place that was very dark. Very dark. But still, something inside of me kept the light on. Almost like the Motel 6, you know? The Motel 6 commercial. We're here to keep the light on. We'll be here to keep the light on. You know? There's still a light in me that was still there, even though it was a little dim. But it was still enough that said, hey, wake up. Time to wake up now. And when I did, I woke up with full force. I woke up with determination. I woke up to make things happen for me. And when I did, when I called out to the universe and I said, please, something's got to give. Got to make this work. It happened. It really happened. There's a lot of things that I talked with the universe about and said, hey, make this happen. Now, unfortunately, I went through some not so fun times. I went through some pretty stressful times, actually. But you know what? I still kept determined. And throughout the whole time that I was dealing with what I was dealing with, the drugs, with the people that weren't so nice, I stayed consistent in doing this. And because I stayed consistent with this, I ended up learning about this over here. Keeping the opportunities coming about. And the more I healed, the more consistent I was with this, and the more I healed, I was consistent with being able to help others too. With the compassion key, healing, and with the Reiki healing. And I even do light language. So I incorporate the Reiki with the light language. And I'm also doing massage therapy. Yes. I'm very good with my hands as far as being strong. Getting into those muscles that it's hard to release sometimes until you can really get in there and do what you need to do. And of course, it's all very professional because I don't do that. I don't do that other stuff. Because I believe it's about the healing. And I don't believe all that is part of the healing. I am very committed to be able to help all of you who are willing to show up for yourself. Anybody who's willing to show up for themselves and invest in themselves. I have something to offer. I have something more to give. And it's very abundant. Everything I do is abundant. And I've had plenty of people that I have helped with the compassion key that have actually done so much healing for themselves on top of what I was doing with them. I would love to be able to show you. I would love to be able to show you where it's at and how exciting it is. So please, I'm going to go ahead and put down in the description down below the calendar. And if you'd like, I would love to give you a complimentary 45-minute discovery call that can help you figure out and decide where you want to go on your journey. And I would love to help you flourish and grow. I would love to be a part of your journey that helps you in all that you do, all that you are. Because I know that each and every one of you deserve love. Each and every one of you deserve happiness and joy, deserve to live in abundant lives in so many ways. And if you could please click on the like button if you enjoyed this video, as well as click on the subscribe button. You know, anything that you guys do there will help me in supporting me and my journey to helping others grow. Please also share this video with other people, because I know that there's a lot of people out there who need this. There's a lot of people who need what I have to offer. I'm very excited about all of this. I'm just ecstatic about helping people get to a point where they feel the love within themselves. And I thank you so much for watching this video. And I would love nothing more than to see you with your happiness and your joy. And write a comment down below, maybe to tell me what you think, to tell me what you feel from what I'm saying here. And later on, I will go ahead and create a meditation that will help you in all what you need at that moment. Thank you again for all your love and support. May all of you have the best day ever. Namaste.